Honestly, is the Mary Kay pink Cadillac really free? Let's find out. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Karen and I am a micro-influencer on Instagram, and I also post content here on YouTube mainly about multi-level marketing companies, pyramid schemes, scams, however you want to call them. We need to continue talking about them because they have become very popular these days, and I need to maintain myself and you informed about the latest content about these multi-level marketing companies. So in order to continue our last conversation, last time in our last video we talked about the Mary Kay retirement plan and how Mary Kay has its own retirement plan and disability plan in which they allow people to have payments throughout their retirement years so that they can support themselves based on the amount of years of service that they gave in Mary Kay and based on what rank, obviously national sales director they had, how long they had that rank within the company. So in order to continue talking about Mary Kay and about something very interesting that a lot of people want to know, today we're going to be talking about the Mary Kay Career Card Program. Yes, how are you able to achieve getting a car with Mary Kay? How can you get the pink Cadillac? How can you get other different types of car that Mary Kay provides to other people within the company that have different ranks? So let's begin. So depending on your type of rank and how much commission or how many products, wholesale products you sell with Mary Kay allows you to participate in 3 different types of card programs that they have. So they have this huge Mary Kay Career Card Program, and within that Career Card Program, you can fall under 3 different types of card programs that they have. The first one, which is, I guess you'll say the easiest one to achieve, is the Grand Achiever. The second one is the Premier Club Program, and the last one, which is the most interesting one that everybody wants to know about, is the Pink Cadillac Program. So let's begin with the first one. What is the Grand Achiever? So the Grand Achiever program is, as I said, is probably the easiest way to get a company car from Mary Kay when you start doing your business, because only people who are independent beauty consultants and independent sales director can actually take advantage of this Grand Achiever program. So if you started Mary Kay last month and you're already making a whole bunch of commissions, a whole bunch of sales every month, and you're killing it, you probably qualify to participate in this Grand Achiever Car Program. So what are the qualifications for this specific program? Well, you need 2 things. First of all, you need 12 active people or members in your unit, in your team. You need 12 people in your team. So obviously, since this program is for independent beauty consultants, meaning people that have started the business very recently, and independent sales director, people who are director but are still like in the middle of making their way into being national sales director, you need at least 12 active people in your team, and you also need $18,000 worth of team wholesale products. Meaning, every month, you need to be making at least $18,000 worth of sales of products with Mary Kay. So if that's an easy number for you to achieve every month, great. You can go ahead and participate in this program. But $18,000 worth of sales in 1 month seems like a lot. And the only way to achieve this probably is if the products are really expensive, which with Mary Kay, I'm not sure if they're that expensive like in other multi-level marketing companies, but to me, it seems like $18,000 worth of products every month is a lot of money. Like, where are you going to get all these people to buy products from you every month? But if you're able to do it, great. And what type of car are you eligible to get if you qualify with the Grand Achiever program? Well, the only car available, because this is basically the first car program, the easiest, the cheapest, the only car that you have available to get here in 2020 is a Chevy Malibu. So if you thought that you were going to get a pink Cadillac with this specific car program, no, not yet. This is not for you. You need to keep leveling up to do that. So what's the next car program? The next car program is called the Premier Club Program. And in this program, only independent sales directors are allowed to be eligible to qualify for this specific car program. And what are the qualifications? So for this car program, you don't need any amount of specific people in your team. You can forget that. Now, what matters the most is the amount of sales that you're making every quarter. Not even every month, but every quarter. And what is a quarter? Well, a quarter is basically a year divided into 4 parts. So a year has 12 months, and if you divide 12 months by 4, that equals to 3. So every 3 months is a quarter. So quarter number 1, or the first quarter for Mary Kay, will be from June 16 to September 15, 3 months. June, July, August. The second quarter will be from September to December. The third quarter will be from December to March, and the fourth quarter will be from March to 15. Those are the quarters. When you are trying to qualify for the Premier Club program, you no longer have to worry about how many people you have in your team. Of course, you do want a whole bunch of people in your team because now you have to generate a whole bunch of sales, but there's no specific amount as to how many people you need. And you also don't have to worry about making a certain type of commissions every month because now you go by quarter. So every 3 months you're supposed to be making, it says here that the only qualification for this program is you need to be making $48,000 worth of wholesale products for 2 consecutive calendar quarters. 2 consecutive calendar quarters equals to 6 months. So every 6 months, or for 2 consecutive calendar quarters, meaning 6 months, in 6 months, Mary Kay should see that you are making $48,000 worth of wholesale sales of products from Mary Kay. So when 3 months pass by, they need to see that you're making $48,000. And when another 3 months pass by, they need to see that you're making $48,000 for 2 consecutive quarters. That's what it means. If they don't see that you're making that amount of money, not that amount of money, that amount of wholesale production, you don't qualify. You really don't. But if you do, because you have a big team, you have people that are willing to buy products from you every month religiously, that are loyal to you, well, what type of card can you get if you qualify for this program? Well, you have a wide variety of cars that you can choose from. You can choose a Chevy Equinox. You can choose a Chevy Traverse. You can choose a Colorado LT truck. You can also get, which I found really interesting, you can also get a Camaro LT Coupe. So they're all Chevy cars. So the first career car program, the Grand Achiever, and the Premier Club program only allows independent consultants to get a Chevy car. So in this case, you have a choice of selecting any car that you want from these 4 different types. You can either get a regular car, you can get a van, you can get a truck, or you can get a sports car like a Camaro. So yeah, you have choices once you get to the Premier Club program, which is kind of cool because I thought that everyone with Mary Kay, the only option was to get a pink Cadillac. That was my misconception before investigating this career car program with Mary Kay. So good to know that you have options. And all these cars, you don't necessarily have to get them in pink. You can get them in whatever color it is that I think you want. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments because, of course, I don't know everything. Now, the third and last program, the car program that most people want to know about, that most people are interested on, is the Pink Cadillac program. Why do people want to know about this? Because a Cadillac is considered a luxury car. A Cadillac is a pretty comfortable car. It's a pretty car. It's a luxurious car. It's a big car. a lot of people want it these days, especially people that participate in multi-level marketing companies. So let's see what are the qualifications. So in order to qualify for this car program, you need to be an independent national sales director. Only national sales director are allowed to participate in the Pink Cadillac program. And what do you need? What are the qualifications? Well, in this case, you need to be making, listen up, $96,000 worth of wholesales for 2 consecutive calendar quarters. So in a matter of 3 months, you need to make $96,000. And in another 3 months, you need to be making the same amount for 2 consecutive. That's what it means to have 2 consecutive calendar quarters. So obviously, if you're a national sales director, you need to have a pretty big team so that you can be making $96,000 worth of wholesales. Otherwise, you don't qualify for this program. This is the only qualification. Mary Kay needs to see that every 6 months, you're making this type of wholesale. Now, what kind of car do you get? Obviously, you have 2 different types of car to choose from. Both Cadillacs. You can either get a Cadillac XT7 or a luxury Escalade. So you can get the regular car, or you can get the big, huge Escalade if you have a big family. And in this case, it has to be pink. It has to be that light rosé kind of pink that if you drive around the city, everybody's gonna know that you do Mary Kay. So yeah. So this is pretty much it. The career car program with Mary Kay has a lot of flexibility depending on what kind of rank you have. You don't necessarily have to be at the very top of the company to be able to get a car from Mary Kay. You could have started the Mary Kay business yesterday, and as long as you're making what they're asking you to make, the amount of wholesale in dollars, then you qualify. Like, you are set. It's all about how many people you have in your team that are willing to buy products from you and allow you to generate that huge amount of wholesale money that you have to be making every month or every quarter. So big team means getting a car. If you don't have a big team, then you can't generate wholesale, and if you don't really generate wholesale, you can't get the car. Now, here's a few things, 4 things that I found super interesting during my research about Mary Kay's career car program. The very first thing that I found interesting is that you don't really own the car. Mary Kay has this option where you can either pay Mary Kay to have the car, or tell Mary Kay, hey, I don't want to get a car. I want you to give me my money, the money that I deserve if I was getting the car, which is called a cash compensation plan. Now, if you choose to pay Mary Kay every month so that you can get the car, this is called a monthly co-op lease. You're leasing the car from Mary Kay. And this was interesting to me because other multi-level marketing companies, what they do is that once you qualify for the car, they send you directly to the dealership so that you can yourself go and do the deal with the dealership yourself. Mary Kay or the multi-level marketing company doesn't want to do anything between you and the car company. Like, they don't want anything to do with you and whatever lease you're gonna sign with the car. But in this case, Mary Kay is different. Again, Mary Kay is an old company, has been around for a really long time. The way they do things are really different. And in Mary Kay's case, what they do is, I guess they have a deal with the dealership, with Chevy and with Cadillac, and they have this special deal. And once someone in the company qualifies to get a Chevy or a Cadillac, what Mary Kay does is that Mary Kay gets the car for the person, but the person needs to pay Mary Kay a monthly co-op fee so that Mary Kay can maintain the car. So basically, instead of you having a lease agreement with the dealership directly, your agreement will be with Mary Kay. You're going to be paying Mary Kay every month to keep the car. Now, as you can see in the table, it really depends. The amount of money that you're going to be paying every month to Mary Kay will really depend on how much wholesale production you're making. Again, wholesale production when it comes to the car program is very important. So, as you can see in the table here, if you are a national sales director and you want to qualify for the pink Cadillac, you have to be making at least $45,000 in wholesale production so that you don't have to pay anything to Mary Kay to lease the car, the pink Cadillac. Now, if you make anything below $45,000, then the table tells you here how much you have to pay Mary Kay every month to maintain the car. So let's say you make $42,000. Every month you have to pay Mary Kay $90. And depending on how much wholesale production you make, then you look at this table and you see, well, yeah, I have to pay Mary Kay this amount of money for the car. Obviously, if you don't make any wholesale production, or if you do $26,000 of production, you have to pay Mary Kay $900 a month so that they can keep the maintenance on the car. Obviously, the more wholesale production you have, the least amount of money you have to pay Mary Kay for the car. And that's basically how it works. And this payments will go for 2 years. So for 2 years, Mary Kay is going to request from you to give them that monthly payment. And the monthly payment is deducted from your commission. So if you in 1 month made $10,000 worth of commissions and you have to pay Mary Kay $900 worth of car payments, then they're going to take it out of your commission and then they're going to give you whatever is left. So, but what if you don't make enough commission to pay the car? Well, Mary Kay is going to take away all of your commissions and then you have to pay out of pocket the rest of the money that is missing because you didn't make enough commission to pay the car for that month. So it's, it's a little weird because in this case, Mary Kay does seem like they are giving you the car and they're making you pay a very small fee depending on how much wholesale production you make. So that's good and bad in a way. So you just have to really analyze your situation and make sure that the car program is actually beneficial for you. Now, the next interesting thing about the car program is that if you qualify to have a car, but you don't want to get a car because you simply don't want to get a car, then you don't need to get the car. You can tell Mary Kay, hey, instead of you giving me a car, I want the cash compensation plan, which means that Mary Kay is going to give you the money that you would have been paying Mary Kay to have the co-op lease payment. Instead, Mary Kay is going to pay you what you would have been paying them if you had the car. So if we look at this table, it shows you here the cash compensation schedule. So basically, if you make $45,000 worth of wholesale production, Mary Kay is going to give you $900 worth of monthly cash compensation. Obviously, the more wholesale production you make, the more money Mary Kay is going to give you for that month. So it's pretty great. It's pretty great. If I was with Mary Kay and I was doing the business, I would definitely choose the cash compensation program instead of the car, because what if I don't make enough wholesale production in 1 month and I have to pay Mary Kay $900 for a car and I didn't even make that much commission that month? So it's all like, but like I said, you have to analyze your situation, make sure that the car program is really the right thing for you, and see if you can either get the car or stick with the cash compensation plan. Now, another thing that was interesting is that only consultants that are in the United States, in the 50 states, are allowed to participate in the Grand Achiever and in the Premier Club program. So if you are an independent beauty consultant or independent sales director and you either qualify to get a car from the Grand Achiever or the Premier Car program, you have to be in the United States. If you live in Puerto Rico or if you live in Guam, you cannot participate in this program. You can only participate in the Pink Cadillac program. And last but not least, if you do the business with Mary Kay and someone in your team becomes eligible to get their car, then Mary Kay gives you, as their coach, as their mentor, as their leader, Mary Kay gives you $600 for something called a car program credit, because you basically made someone in your team eligible for having a car. So if that person has a car, you automatically get $600 of credit for yourself. So that's pretty cool. So this is pretty much it with the career car program with Mary Kay. Basically, we came to the conclusion that the car is not free because two reasons. One, you have to be making a certain amount of wholesale production every month or every quarter to maintain your eligibility to keep the car. And even when you get the car, you don't get to keep the car for yourself because it's a lease for 2 years. You're paying Mary Kay to have a lease of the car. So the car will never really be yours. So is it free? No, it's not free. You may think it's free because the amount of commission that you're making is way above the amount of money that you're paying Mary Kay every month to keep maintenance of the car. But it's not free because you're still paying Mary Kay from your commission for them to keep the maintenance on the car. If it was free, Mary Kay would say, "Hey, here's the key to the car. You can start driving it." No, it's not like that. You have to pay Mary Kay every month to keep the lease of the car. If you don't, then you don't have a car. And that's pretty simple. That's the same story with a lot of multi-level marketing companies. They tell you that it's free because probably the amount of commissions that you're making every month supersede what the payments of the cars are. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's free. It just means that you're making more money than what the car payment is worth every month. So, no. So I hope that this information has been very helpful to you as it was for me. Obviously, if you agree or disagree with anything that I've said here, if you think I didn't research enough, or if you know something that I don't know, make sure to leave it down in the comments below, because I don't know everything. You probably don't know everything, but if we share our thoughts, we would know everything. Share this information with anyone who's doing Mary Kay or who's interested in doing Mary Kay, because this is very vital information that a lot of people are interested in knowing. And if you are new here and you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you've been lingering around here for a while and you haven't subscribed, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. We'll continue researching on multi-level marketing companies that you are interested on, because that is my goal, to keep you informed about the latest content with these multi-level marketing companies. So stay honest, and I will see you again in my next video.